Hello, this is Bailey Kindle, and this is my submission for our final assignment about culturally responsive teaching. Let's start with defining culturally responsive teaching and going over its importance in the classroom. Culturally responsive teaching is essentially instruction that relates to the cultural backgrounds of various students. It engages learners through activating their prior knowledge and it strengthens their sense of personal identity. Culturally responsive teaching should also maintain the integrity of the cultures in the groups it aims to connect with. It is important to include culturally responsive teaching practices because, as a framework for culturally responsive teaching by Ginsberg and Vladkowski claims, motivation is inseparable from culture. When instructors provide students with culturally responsive education, the benefits are numerous. Students' understanding, confidence, and engagement can be increased, and yes, their motivation is directly related to how well represented they feel. Classrooms gain more equity and inclusivity as well, which is vital. So clearly, culturally responsive teaching is meaningful and important in education. That being said, I chose three practices I want to incorporate in my own classroom that have to do with culturally responsive instruction, and I'm going to briefly list and explain how I plan on using these strategies. The first strategy I chose was brave spaces. So, this wasn't a term I've heard before, but it's a concept I've been considering myself and have already tried out a little bit, but not to the full extent it's explained. So, brave spaces are a little different than safe spaces in that students can debate or challenge each other in the conversation process. I recently moderated a debate in my classroom about a current climate topic, and I like the ideas mentioned in the Julia Benedict article on Canvas about using specific hand signals or other kinds of signals to help with that moderation. I like Brave Spaces because it's a way students can voice their opinions, hear their classmates, and critically think about different topics. I especially think this is a great way to teach about politically sensitive topics as it takes the burden off the teacher and allows for more student led discussions. Secondly, I chose make learning contextual. I think this is a big one. When we use students' background knowledge about topics we're introducing in class, they have more buy in, they're able to provide meaningful insights about the topics, and we really shouldn't discount what they already know and what they can share with us. They have a lot to say, and it's good stuff. And then for my third and final practice, I chose to reconsider my classroom setup. Even though this is the last one I'm discussing here, I think it's actually probably one of the easiest to start with. So, I would love to include more diversity and representation around my classroom environment and to do so in a more intentional way. Being a science teacher, I would also love to regularly feature minorities in science and engineering in my lessons to show students how their cultures and backgrounds are represented in STEM. I'm going to keep brainstorming this one and how I can apply it to my teaching practice. And that's it for my final assignment. Thank you for watching this video, and I've really enjoyed collaborating with you all this semester. It's been a great class.